Hello and welcome to Tinkercad class. Today we're going to start off by showing you how to access your Tinkercad classroom, how to log in, where to find your starter lessons, and I will also walk you through a couple of those starter lessons so that you can get started working on your Tinkercad classroom. So let's get started. First thing I want to show you here is what it looks like for the teacher. Here we have the title of your class, the pre-engineering. This is a demo. Yours might be pre-engineering, it might need something else. That's okay, but what I wanted to show you was right now, myself, I am grayed out as a student. I have not accessed this class yet. So inside of your school email in Outlook, you will find an email titled something like Tinkercad Classroom Login, and inside of that email you'll have a link. You will just click on this link and it will bring you to this page here. And I would like you to join with nickname. Now your nickname will be your first name in lowercase letters. If there are many people with the same name, I will name you 01 and 02 and I will let you know who is who, and that way you can access it there. Once you type in your nickname, mine is Jeremy, all lowercase. That's me. Click on That's Me. And now we have access to our Tinkercad classroom. If you click back over here to the teacher here, and I just refresh my screen, it's going to show you I now have access to your information. It shows you how long ago this student was active, so I can keep a very close eye on what you're doing, so I can be able to help you while you're working on your projects. So this is what the student's classroom will look like, and what I want you to do first is head over to the Learn tab up here. Underneath the Learn tab, we're going to work on our starters. All right, we're going to check out all the starters here to start off with. Here we have place it, view it, move it, rotate it, size it, group it, copy it, duplicate it, hide it, and align it. I'm only going to walk you through probably the first three just because they're pretty simple, but I want you to get a handle on what the tutorials do and how they function. Once I'm finished this video, you guys can go ahead and work on these starter tutorials on your own. So I'm going to go ahead and from the student's view, click on Place It. On the left-hand side of the screen, you're going to see instructions here. There are 2 pages of instructions in this case. You can go backwards or forwards through those instructions as you see fit, or you can also just access which step you'd like to be on as well. You don't, once you finish a tutorial, you can always go back and check out information again, so I highly recommend while you're designing things, if you run into problems, just go back and check out your tutorials. You can access that information. It's always here for you. So I'm going to encourage you to read the left-hand side of your screen. It's going to say, welcome to Tinkercad. You're excited to have us in here. Tinkercad is used to build all types of creations by adding and removing shapes from the design workspace. Let's add a shape to our work plane. So our work plane is down here. You can see it. It's labeled work plane. Picture this as like a big sheet of paper or a desk. It's got grids on it, and you're going to learn how that all works in just a second. So this is again your desk surface, and it says, do you see the orange shape on your work plane? That's this work plane right here. That's a hint. Hints help guide you as you get started. Find the box shape in the Shapes panel on the right side of your screen. So on the right side of your screen, you can see that we're already in the Shapes panel. If you click down in here, there are many panels that you can go to, but we are going to concentrate on the Shapes panel as per the assignment. Find the box shape. This one is the solid box shape. This one is the hollow box shape. We'll deal with these hollow pieces later, but for this one we want to have the box shape. Left click and drag the box shape to the hint on the work plane. So I'm going to grab this box with my left click and drag it over right inside the hint. Now, if I'm not quite on there, we can just move it with the arrow keys, and once we have completed it, I can continue to the next step. And it gives us a little celebration, beautiful stars flying out of our thing. We did it. We did great work. We have started our journey to become designers. That's awesome. Once you're done, you can always click done, or you can reset to start it over if you didn't understand something or if something doesn't quite look right. And also remind yourself you can go backwards. So I can click back here to give myself those hints. But we are done, so I will click done. Our lesson is completed and we can view the next step. Our next step is view it. Let's check out view it. Continue. It's going to load up view it for us. While creating designs, it helps to see your shape from all sides. The view cube, located at the top left of Tinkercad, that's right here, that's your view cube, will help while you're looking around. Let's learn how you can change your view. So we're just going to left click and drag anywhere on the view cube to see how it changes the point of view. So I'm going to click on here, left, and I'm going to drag it around. Look at this. I can look right at the bottom, front, right, top, back. It's pretty wild. We can look at our cube from all different angles. Now it says try clicking different areas of the view cube to rotate it to design to match. So if I click on the top panel, I just one click instead of clicking and dragging. Boom, I can see the top view now. If I click on this arrow here, what do you think is going to be there? If you guessed front, you would be correct. Here we go, front. And right here, we're going to click on the bottom. Boom, bottom, and now we can see the bottom of it. So that's how the view cube works. Now we're going to continue to the next step. Next is learn to zoom. You can see that we have 4 on zoom here. So let's go ahead. Let's read. From time to time, it helps to take a closer look at your design. Practice zooming in and out. I do recommend that you have a mouse with a scroll wheel. It does work for a touchpad or a phone even, but it works a lot easier with a mouse pad. So you're going to have more problems with touchpads. I'm not as experienced with touchpads. You're going to have a higher learning curve, but it is possible. Most of what we're going to talk about is with a scrolling mouse and not a touchpad, but it usually gives you the instructions here for how to use a touchpad as well. So with the scrolling wheel, I'm just going to go ahead and scroll with my scrolling wheel. Rolling forward, rolling backwards. Rolling forward, rolling backwards. If you're using a touchpad, you can use the zoom gesture that you would normally use in other apps, such as zooming into a photo, etc. Continue to the next step. Here we go. Let's look around a little bit faster. We can use this cube. It really helps get us to a specific view really, really quickly. But we can also use the right side of the mouse button. The right side of the mouse button, if I click and hold it, I can now rotate that design inside of the work plane instead of going to the view cube. So that's really going to help here. Furthermore, with the scroll wheel, if I press down on the scroll wheel, that's not rolling the scroll wheel forward or backwards. That's going to zoom in and out. But if I press down on the scroll wheel as if it was a button, I can now pan my object back and forth. So zoom out, zoom in, and I can pan it around. That's all done with the scroll wheel. I do recommend that you read this. Control and left click while you drag using a touchpad gives you more options. So we're going to continue to the next step. It is our last step on this. And we've completed it. Look at that. Fantastic. Fantastic. So we can either reset, go back steps, or just click done. And in this case, we are done. Okay, we're going to go to move it next. This is the last lesson that I want to go over with you. We're going to go to continue now. And welcome to move it. This one has 4 steps as well. Let's move shapes around the work plane. Continue to the next step. Boom. Move each box to the shapes, each of the box shapes to a hint. Let's jump in. Left click and drag each box to a hint. We're going to do that like this. Move it right in there and get it lined up just like that. Boom. Perfect. You can see it gives you the coordinates as well. How far did I move it on the X and Y planes? I'm going to go ahead and grab this box and zoom it up here. Oh, this little shape thing came down here. This shape box just gives you the properties of this shape. This shape has no radius. I don't know what the steps are. It gives you the size of the shape, etc. You can always just hide that there and just keep going with your tutorial. If that ever gets in your way like that, We're gonna line that up. Boom, I like that. Except if I zoom in, pan over, you can see here, I'm not quite on my target. You can see I'm outside of my hint boxes. So I'm gonna click on that, and I'm just gonna use the arrow key and just move it over a little bit, deselect it, scroll around it, zoom around it, make sure that I'm locked in and loaded there. That looks good to me. I'm gonna zoom all the way out, grab this one, pop it into my spot. And for the last one, I'm gonna do the same. Grab this, pop it in my spot, just like that. So that's the move it plane, and that's what move it looks like. Once we've finished this, we're on step 2 to 4. We're going to click next. Now we're going to move the height of our boxes. All right. So I'm going to click on this box here, and what it's asking me to do is click and hold the arrow icon on the top. So that's this thing here. It kind of looks like a cone. I can rotate and zoom in so I can get a better look at it. Whatever makes you comfortable, I can click right on that box. I'm going to click and hold. I'm just going to drag it up and into my spot. You can see that I've moved it up 30 units. So if I went over to this one here and I clicked and dragged it up just a little bit, I can actually click inside of that measurement, type in how far I want it to move, and then press enter, and boom, it moves it up by yourself. You can do that for all 4 of these. Let's get it in there. Boom, move this up to that box as well, get it in there. Wicked, we've got that box finished now. That was step 3 of 4. Now we can move things above our work plane, just like that. Click on next, and we did it. We're done. We've done a great job. Again, you can go backwards or reset if you see the need to. I am done. I want you to go and complete all of the starters in here. All of these starters. We completed up to move it. You've got rotated all the way through, align it left here. And just so you know, this is what it looks like for the teacher here. So I will have a list of all the students here, and when I click on your name, in this case it's my name, and I go to your lessons, you will have designs eventually. When I go to your lessons, it's going to show me what you've completed and what it looks like. So if I go into Move It, it's going to show me exactly in 3D what your Move It assignment looks like. And I'll be able to tinker it or download it or adjust it any way that I require to help you get through your project. So that's it for now. I appreciate you listening. Have fun with this and ask questions as required. Take care, guys, and we'll talk to you soon.